As Los Angeles becomes the epicenter of mass protests against aggressive immigration raids and the controversial deployment of National Guard troops, many are questioning how to resist injustice without resorting to violence. The recent escalation, sparked by US Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE operations, and federal intervention, has left communities feeling both outraged and powerless. In moments like these, it's vital to remember that nonviolent resistance, rooted in spiritual strength and inner clarity, can be a transformative force. This video explores how individuals can reclaim their power through peaceful protest, spiritual alignment, and conscious action, even under the weight of authoritarian control. Connect to your higher self. Focus to motivate and enrich your life, and inspire others to find their true path. Join me on a journey to discover your power and higher purpose. In an age where manipulation, censorship, and authoritarian control are rising across the globe, many individuals find themselves asking, "What can I do?" When rulers impose their will through fear, force, and deception, the average person can feel small, voiceless, and powerless. But history and spiritual wisdom teaches us a powerful truth. Real power does not come from force. It comes from consciousness. Nonviolent resistance is not weakness. In fact, it is the highest form of courage. It demands deep presence, spiritual maturity, and an unshakable faith in something greater than the systems of oppression. This video explores how we can protest tyranny through nonviolent means, using both practical strategies and spiritual insight to reclaim our agency in a world that seeks to control us. Inner freedom comes first. Before we explore outward forms of protest, we must start within. Tyrants gain their power by controlling minds through fear, division, and deception. When you awaken spiritually and reclaim your inner sovereignty, the illusion of their control begins to dissolve. A person well known for peaceful protest, Mahatma Gandhi said, "No one can enslave you if you are free inside." This is the heart of many spiritual traditions. True liberation starts from within. You may not yet be able to change the laws or reverse the corruption, but you can begin by taking back your mind, your emotions, and your energy. Ways to cultivate inner freedom: meditation and prayer. These practices silence the mental noise and allow you to connect with higher truth beyond propaganda and fear. Discernment. Learn to question the narratives you are told, not with cynicism, but with clear perception. Reclaim your attention. Where your attention goes, energy flows. Starve systems of control by withdrawing your focus from fear-based media. This spiritual alignment is not passive, it's preparatory. When your soul is anchored, your actions become rooted in clarity, not reaction. Educate and inform. Spread truth like fire. Many authoritarian systems thrive on misinformation and the suppression of truth. But truth, once seen, cannot be unseen. One of the most effective forms of nonviolent protest is becoming a vessel of awakening. You don't need a massive platform to share truth. Stand up for the values you believe. That's how we attract and also create the world we want to live in. All you need is sincerity, courage, and clarity. Ways to do this: create art, music, or storytelling that reflects deeper truths, bypassing the conscious mind and planting seeds of awakening. Engage in dialogue, even if it's uncomfortable. Share alternative viewpoints with empathy, not aggression. Start a blog, podcast, or YouTube channel with honest, well-researched perspectives. Truth travels in waves. When enough people speak and embody it, the false matrix begins to unravel. In a time of deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. George Orwell. Withdraw your energy, the silent strike. One of the most underestimated but powerful forms of protest is non-cooperation. The systems of tyranny are like parasites, and they can't survive without your participation. Every time you comply with injustice out of fear or convenience, you feed the system. But when you consciously withdraw your energy, you begin to starve the beast. Examples of non-violent, non-participation: boycott, unethical corporations, and products that support surveillance, exploitation, or environmental destruction. Refuse to engage with fear-based narratives, clickbait, or divisive content designed to manipulate. Practice civil disobedience, such as declining mandates or policies that violate your conscience. You assist an evil system most effectively by obeying its orders and decrees. Gandhi. This path requires courage and commitment to stand up for what you believe in, but it also builds community. As more people quietly refuse to participate in injustice, they form the foundation of a new reality. Create parallel systems. Instead of fighting the old, create the new. This spiritual and practical principle has gained traction in communities around the world. When existing systems are corrupt or broken, the most revolutionary act is to build alternatives, education systems, food networks, currencies, and health practices that empower rather than control. As they say, if you want to tear down a system, you need to have something to replace it with. Otherwise, the result could be chaos or a vacuum. You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. Buckminster Fuller, American writer, designer, inventor, philosopher, and futurist. Some examples include: start community gardens or permaculture projects to reclaim food sovereignty. Establish educational co-ops or alternative learning hubs rooted in truth, creativity, and critical thinking. Use barter, local currencies, or cryptocurrency to reclaim economic freedom. Organize local health collectives or start local social media groups that share local news, natural healing, preventative care, and spiritual wellness. These actions create living protests, not just resistance, but resurrection. They demonstrate a way of life that's no longer dependent on the systems that try to enslave. Spiritual activism, the power of intention and prayer. True spiritual protest goes far beyond the physical. Our thoughts, intentions, and prayers shape the energetic field around us and ripple into the collective consciousness. Tyrannical regimes may control the external, but they cannot touch the inner realm of spirit. When we join together in meditation, prayer, or energetic alignment, we form a field of resistance stronger than any weapon. Prayer is not an old woman's idle amusement. Properly understood and applied, it is the most potent instrument of action. Mahatma Gandhi. Spiritual actions include Group meditation sessions focused on peace, liberation, and truth for the good of all. Chanting or sacred sound to raise vibration and dissolve collective fear. Energy work or visualization to bless the planet, awaken humanity, and protect the vulnerable. Forgiveness and compassion, which dissolve the karmic cycles of hatred that feed tyrants. These may seem subtle, but they have immense power, especially when done in unity. Practice radical compassion and non-violence. In the face of oppression, our instinct is often to retaliate. But spiritual teachings across traditions, from Jesus to the Buddha to Gandhi, remind us that hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Violence only deepens the karmic wound. Non-violence, on the other hand, is not weakness, it's strength, disciplined by love. But I tell you, do not resist an evil person. If anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to them the other cheek also. Matthew 5:39. This is perhaps Jesus' most famous statement on non-violence, urging not retaliation, but radical love and peace in the face of aggression. Jesus had more revolutionary messages. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. Matthew 5:9. In the Beatitudes, Jesus elevates the role of those who bring harmony, not conflict, as the true heirs of divine truth. Radical compassion does not mean submission. It means recognizing that even your oppressor is spiritually lost and refusing to mirror their darkness. How this looks in action. Speaking the truth without dehumanizing others. Defending the oppressed without seeking vengeance. Setting boundaries with tyrants without hating them. Remaining calm and conscious even when provoked. This is the battlefield of the heart. And it is where the greatest revolutions are won. Use your gifts and talents to serve the light. Each of us is born with gifts, gifts that come from the one source of all, and the eyes of tyranny want to make us forget them. One of the most powerful ways to resist is to use your unique voice, art, skill, or service to uplift, awaken, and inspire. Don't underestimate the power of beauty, joy, or creativity in the face of darkness. The greatest act of rebellion is to live in full expression of your light. Whether you're a writer, healer, teacher, builder, musician, or mystic, your contribution matters. Bring your gifts to the cause of awakening. You are not here to be silent. Build conscious communities. Isolation is a tool of tyranny. Division is how control spreads. That's why building conscious community is a powerful act of resistance. Find or create groups of people committed to truth, compassion, and non-violent living. Together, you can support each other, amplify your efforts, and create safe containers for growth and resilience. Love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. Luke 6:27-28. Jesus calls for a revolutionary love, one that rises above the ego and the instinct to punish or retaliate. These may be spiritual groups, circles, or fellowships, local resilience hubs or eco-villages, creative and healing collaboratives, online groups sharing truth, support, and strategy. When people come together in love and sovereignty, miracles happen. No tyrant can overcome the force of united souls committed to the light. Be the lighthouse. In times of great darkness, the most powerful protest is to become a light, not a passive glow, but a burning fire of clarity, truth, peace, and non-compliance with evil. I know it's hard, very hard, but even though we don't have to love them, nor ever invite them into our homes, those who do evil to us and to our communities are ignorant of and lacking in love, the very essence and the true and original force of all being. Jesus' words here have great meaning and significance. When they were crucifying him, he said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Luke 23:34. These words, spoken from the cross, represent the ultimate act of nonviolent love, even in the face of state-sanctioned execution. Just remember, you are not powerless, you are not alone, and you are not here by accident. The ancient teachings of the mystics and sages remind us the world is transformed not only by what we do, but by who we are. So rise up, not in anger, but in sovereignty. Resist, not with fists, but with truth and vision. Fight, not by harming, but by healing. You may not be able to change the whole world today, but you can begin by refusing to let it change you. Unknown. Nonviolent protest is not just strategy. It is sacred action. It is what happens when love meets injustice and chooses to stand anyway. To be kept in the loop for more motivation, inspiration, and sharing of mystical ideas that can spark your spirit, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Let's go on this journey together to create and to become 1% better each day.